Are you ready for the Low Bros Network?
Ladies, gentlemen, gentle people, gentle undersides, gentle gender fluids, gentle pieces of carbon in random orders. Whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are, whenever you are, however you are, welcome to episode 10, I believe it is, of the Couch Pundit podcast. I am your host. For legal reasons, you'll have to continue to call me Keego. And what's been going on in the last week? Well, I don't really know. Short podcast this week because nothing's really been happening. The only thing that I've been doing is winding people up on Twitter. Nothing massively new. Excuse me. A little lip wettener there. That was my nickname in college. But anyway, that's a joke because I didn't really go to college. So, as you can tell from my attempt to talk to people, big news for people, children of the 80s, baby, please. The Master of the Universe, He-Man, is coming back to Netflix, you're being. It's going to be an anime series that forgets about all the reboots after the 1980s. And it's going to kick off straight from there. Kevin Smith is in charge of it, so it's all going to be fantastic. Moral of the story, prayer works. Another story, women on social media are either hilarious or mental. Here's an example of hilarious. Are you ready for this? This is a tremendous tweet that I couldn't like enough times or retweet enough times. This is from at typically Robin. I don't know what that means. So, this is the tweet and I fell over laughing. Girls, if you're struggling with period cramps and heavy bleeding, I find avoiding caffeine and salt is okay. Now that the men have stopped reading, can we all agree that Tarantino isn't even that good? Well, Robin, typically Robin, you win the internet. Because I fell off my chair laughing. And I thought that was far too funny. What else has been going on here? There's a couple of things that I thought was very funny, mostly involving women. Not me. Sorry, not me because it's a picture of my beard. Add in Keegan if you want to look at my beard. Where's it gone? Sorry, guys. I should have been more prepared. Vaccinate your kids. Yeah, listen. Vaccinate your children. If you want to kill yourself, that's fine. Don't kill your kids. Just stop the madness. Vaccinate your kids. If you're against vaccination, you're an idiot. Also, let me know why you're an idiot. thecouchpunditarnold@gmail.com, facebook.com/thecouchpunditarnold, thecouchpunditarnold.com. I think that's where you can find me. So let me know why you're an idiot. Here we go. This is okay. So we have the scale of women being brilliant and being idiots. And listen, there's no scale for men. We're idiots all the time. Before anyone is writing an angry tweet. So here's one from Mary Kenny at Mary Kenny 4. So here we go. This is her tweet earlier on today. Real men are ditching DIY to talk about their feelings, Daily Mail report says. Well, just before we finish the tweet, it was written in the Daily Mail. Has anyone ever met someone who reads the Daily Mail? I haven't. So I don't even know if it's real. But anyway, real men are ditching DIY to talk about their feelings, right? So that's what she's saying. It's from the Daily Mail, and her comment is, please keep up with the handyman skills. I don't want to hear about your feelings. I want the boiler fixed. So there we have Mary setting women back 100 years, because as we all know, women can't fix boilers, paint walls, unscrew jam jars, put the bins out. Well, women can't put the bins out. That's a genetic thing. That's nothing to do with they can't. They just won't. But you know, all these kind of women empowerment. Like, obviously, Mary only means that for office jobs. You know what I mean? 9 to 5 kind of time. Whereas in reality, women are strong everywhere. Just not. You just don't take the bins out. And you also, You show your anger in very, very odd ways, because I think women forget all these things that I'm about to go into here, and the only thing you really need to remember is women are the stronger of the species, the better crack, the more empathetic, the more caring, the more nourishing, the more joyful, positive, just the most powerful of the two species, right? But you also work in stereo, meaning you can multitask. Okay? Men are mono, comfortably mono. Oh, isn't mono a disease as well? But men are comfortably mono. Sorry, let me just wet my whistle again. That does not mean I just teabagged a cup of tea. Let me just wet my whistle. What an odd sense. So that's also an example of the difference between men and women, is the comment just there. But women are stereo, men are mono. Now, stereo means there's more than one output. Okay? That means there's more than one thing going down the highway of brainwave activity. Now, it could be anything, and it could be going in any direction. That's the issue. Whereas men are mono, which is a slower medium, easier to manipulate, obviously, because we're men. But there's only up and down. That's it. We have nothing else. We are singular. We don't like... I tell you, women say men don't have periods. And that's incorrect. And I'm going to tell you when we have a period. Okay? And this can be for fellas with their partners who are men as well, because, you know, we can all get on. But ladies, whenever your partner, husband, Mr., mistress, whatever, wait till they are doing something intently. Okay? Whether it's watching sport, reading a book, having a shite, whatever it is. We don't do very many things, but wait till we're doing something with 51% brain capacity, right? Then just whisper a command. First time we'll ignore it because it's not in our decibel level. We're not dogs. Then just ask us something. And that reaction is our version of a period. Just, you know what I mean? Just, we know we have to react, and we know that you want an answer. We know that our overreaction is unnecessary, but an overreaction is the only thing that our bodies will give you at that moment. That's the man period. What was I saying? Yeah, women being the stereo, multitasking, and men are not. Now, that can also lead to intricacies in relationships between men and women. For example, you'll always know where you stand with a man. Now, I know the ladies of the world are going to say, well, that's not true. The reason you think that's not true is because you're actually giving us, and we appreciate it, you're giving us more credit than we actually deserve. You think, never think that we are too stupid. Never think that it can only be something. Never think that, I know he says he's okay, but there must be something. Generally, we're okay. If there's a problem, that's a separate issue, separate podcast. What do men want? 3 things. Boobs, blowjobs, and silence. That's it. Now, there might be, like, in smaller... Now, not our own boobs, that's the thing. And when we don't get lady boobs, then we grow our own, and that's when it's a slippery slope downhill into obesity and early death. Cheers to that and my man boobs. Stop thinking about them. But yes, that's the game. That's what we want. If we say you look nice, it's because you look nice, not because of any other reason. If we didn't think you look nice, we wouldn't say anything. Wouldn't bring it up. So, but then when you ask, what does a woman want? So, ladies, what do you want? Do you see, maybe sex producer Rick could play the countdown music there while we try and find an answer. Might take a little bit longer than 30 seconds. But I think what we need to do is understand each other a bit more, in that men are the simplest of creatures. For example, if someone and I don't get along, we won't talk to each other. And we won't talk about each other. You don't exist. And then if it comes down to it, and a few beers are had, then there will be a punch, and then that's it. People say, well, violence isn't always the answer. Sometimes it is. Especially between fellas, not on anyone else. Whereas if a woman doesn't like someone, in general terms now, I'm not speaking about you specifically, Petal, you'll talk about it to everyone else in the group. You may even set up a WhatsApp group that excludes the one person, forgetting to realise that they have probably also set up a WhatsApp group to exclude you. And this will be this forever circle of anger and turmoil that will go on for 100 years. It could be about someone from school 20 years ago, and you still have that feeling because you've hung on to it. That's what women do, because you love hanging on to stuff, maybe to use in an argument down the road. You know what I mean? If a fella accidentally drinks too much and pukes on the floor, 10 years later that's going to be brought up in a conversation. Am I right or am I wrong? Answers on a no, people don't do postcards anymore, do they? But anyway, that's, as I was saying at the beginning, women on social media are either brilliant, like typically Robin, well worth a follow on the Twitter, or equally as idiotic, like at Mary Kenny 4. I hope she's joking, but it's hard to tell. Sometimes a private joke should remain private, as in your own head, and maybe Mary should have remained in her father's testes. But oh God, that's harsh. That's actually might have been the meanest thing I've ever said. Other news: The Rock got married. That's a surprise. Sorry, married to a woman. That's a surprise. Now, don't listen. I love The Rock. What a human. Never thought he was straight, but one of the coolest people I've ever seen in my life. Gay people can be cool too. I can't wait for your postcards on that one. But you know, when you're talking, he was over. It was a bit like I always thought Triple H was gay as well, because they kept telling people to suck it, like mostly fellas on telly. Bit odd. And The Rock was always overcompensating. You know the people who you could say, I don't know what you could say. I just thought he was overcompensating with the pie eating, browbeating, hell raising thing that he used to do. You know, and that he had this harem of fellas hidden in a dungeon somewhere. But apparently he's straight and he's married his missus. Fair play to you. Salute you, Rock. If anyone deserves to be happy, it's the multi-millionaire, massive, happy, doing what he loves, Rock. Cheers. But yeah, let me just roll through this now. It won't be too long this week. It's there hasn't been a huge amount happening. Hopefully we'll bop into more news during the week. I might actually take notice of it. Let me see what we got here. See, Twitter's dangerous. It's a dangerous place because people say things years ago before Twitter, right? I won't tell you how old I am, but I remember Twitter when it didn't exist. I remember tweeting is what birds did, not what I do on a daily basis to wind people up. But if you had a stupid point of view, which I have many of, I would say it to people and it would disappear. Whereas now I could tweet about it and find someone else with the same idiotic point of view. That's where the conspiracy theories come about all sorts of stupid stuff, right? And that's dangerous. The world is a dangerous place, not just because of guns in America and being mad. Actually, while we're talking about guns in America, isn't it interesting, right? That the phraseology, the terminology, the way it's happening is America says to combat a bad guy with a gun, we need a good guy with a gun. Because of the proliferation. What a word. I know big words. Proliferation, delicatessen, clitoris. I know all these words. I haven't used all of them in a sentence that is true yet, but we'll get there. But there's a proliferation of mass shootings because they're over-medicated, ease of access to guns, and they're all mad. Okay, cutting it all, long story short. And they kind of go, well, we have to have guns now because there's crazy people with guns. Now, I know Ireland has had their issues. We've had our issues with guns. But if you look at the last 20 years, and I'll actually look. Let me just type this in. We'll have it in here. Big boobs Twitter. Sorry, mass. Sorry, this shootings. America. Last 20 years. This is live research, right? Let me see what number we have. 20 years of deadliest mass shootings in US history. Right, here we go. We've got to remember the reason behind all this is they have loads of guns. They've actually got more war weapons in civilian hands than in the military. Right? So, we got the mad bastard from Vegas who killed 58, right? 49 killed in the gay nightclub. Right, now, aside from the horror of people getting killed, whether it's a... Do they say what he is? No. It's a guy called... Doesn't matter what his name is. If you're going into a gay nightclub to shoot people, you've got massive unresolved issues. And hopefully he got... Did he kill? He got killed. Great. Your man's dead. Fantastic. We had 32 then in Virginia Tech. This is getting really more. But 27 in Sandy Hook. They're fucking kids. Whatever about grown-ups, right? And there's certain old American men who'll go, yeah, it was a gay club. I don't, these are kids that were killed in Sandy Hook. Nothing changed. If you're going to kill 20 kids, nothing changes then, nothing will ever change. 25 in a church and an unborn child, you can't get any sicker than that. Nothing happened. Now this is, let me just go back here. This is, so between 2012 and 2017, they're the last few that I've read out. There's about 4 every week, but that's just 4 I've read out in that time. They're killing each other, and this is supposed to be the bastion of technology, culture, fashion, music, film, science. All this sort of stuff is supposed to come from over there, and they're killing each other. And you kind of look around our little island here, which is beautiful. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And we're a little bit mad. If you believe in God, he gave the Irish booze so we wouldn't take over the world. That's pretty much it. But I don't really know what I'm saying. I'm just a little bit shocked looking at those stats. I thought I'd be able to bash a bit of crack out of it, but even if you're looking for it, it's shocking. So let's get out of this. Let's look at something else, right? Actually, I'll leave you with this. I'm going to give you 2 reasons why men are the simpler of the species. Now, simpler is not bad. Simpler means you always know where you stand. Number 1, and this is just an exercise. Walk into Tesco, Lidl, wherever you do your shopping, and look at the men's stuff. Look at the shampoo. If you wash your hair, the razors are the things I always find hilarious because I shave my head and other bits of me, which shall be left to your imagination. But they are behind a paywall on an OnlyFans account that does or doesn't exist, or a premium Snapchat that also does or doesn't exist. But send me an email for the address of these accounts that do or don't exist. I'm actually confusing myself. I don't know if I get my tackle out online or not for money. But send me a message anyway. Sorry. So if you look at razors, it's all Fusion, Stealth, super smooth, 17 blades, bamboo handles, aerodynamic, aftershave, balm, smooth, all this sort of stuff, right? All these, it would be like you're talking to a baby. Look at the shiny thing. Look at the shiny. That's how you advertise to men. If you're not going to put boobs in the ad, because you can't anymore, because it's 2019. I remember when Pamela Anderson used to advertise things, I'd just throw my wallet at the screen. But that's degrading, and I can't do that anymore. Gone are the days where you could just objectify people, you know? The good old days. The mid to late 90s, you know? Where you could just say savage jabs, like. And you go, well, I mean you as well, darling. No, him, but you too, you know? Don't know what I'm saying. But then you look at women, right? And the ads for the razors and the ads for hair products and Lady Bits products and stuff. It's all very, hi, everything's grand. But if you feel a little bit off, I've got this thing for you because you're lovely and beautiful. Whereas there's no ad for men that says men are beautiful. You know? Like, men's magazines used to be called Nuts or Loaded, or what other magazines do we have? Nuts was the one I used to like when I was a growing lad. But women have like, okay, hello, Woman's Weekly. You know, it's all very positive, very nice. You know, we have Nuts. So yeah, ladies of the world, you're all beautiful in your own way. But let's just do one favour. Let's just hold hands going into the week and express yourselves more clearly. Okay? Nothing scares a man more. It's not when the woman reaches for the butcher knife or threatens violence or anything like that. The biggest thing is when you make and unmake the bed multiple times a day. There's nothing more frightening. Well, no, actually, those lip fillers are more frightening. I take that back. I was walking down Main Street, Bray, during the week because I live there and it's a great spot. And the amount of lip fillers that were walking up and down the street. Ladies, stop with the nonsense. But also stop making and unmaking the bed as a show of aggression, and because nothing scares us more. Maybe talk to us. You'd be amazed. You'd be amazed at how much simpler life would be if you told us what you wanted. Because we are basically Labradors. The only reason a Labrador runs to get any dog. I was just trying to be a nice dog, which is a Labrador, but we're any dog. You throw a ball, we're bringing it back. We're not doing it because we love. They don't do it because they love balls. They're doing it to try and impress the owner. So take that mental image into the week, and yeah, I hope the last week was a good one. I hope this coming week is the best week of the year so far. The summer is nearly over, unfortunately, but thankfully we will be hosting a topless and or bottomless party. I don't know where to go with that. No, we're not. That's not allowed. We've already got a warning for that. So sex producer Rick, hit the buzzer here. It's time to go home. So let's hug those we love. Let's tolerate those we don't. Let's always try and listen to each other.